Hi all. So today we are just going to look at how to do our workflow in Rhino for Origami model, and that's basically what we are trying to focus on. And we're going to use basically the curve tools, and then the surface tools for lofting, which you already used before. And in the transfer, we are going to start applying a bit of bendings and elements that allows us to edit basically the shapes that you want to arrive. So I have this model here. I'm going to turn it off, and but and again there's these two curves. I'm going to start try to emulate this, and I'll put these ones into another layer as well, and yeah, and then we'll start from scratch. So Origami's model depends on, and basically what I saw, there was a lot of folding, and the folding we can try to copy it by trying where the creases are, and in this case, if you are snap to grid, you can try to calculate, see what the main geometry would be into your model. But for example, if you have 10 of these and you don't want, and they are all the same, what you can do actually is only use one or one module, and then actually copy them to others. So and making a full line out of those. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to just undo this one and just do one vertex, so one fold basically, and it starts from here, and copy these using the array command. So the array command is in the transform as well. It's this one, and what it allows you, the array one, select objects and press enter, and then it will ask you how many you want to populate into the x axis, the y axis, or the vertical z axis. In this case, we want to populate, so this is the x, and we want to populate that way. And let's use 10. In the y, we don't want anyone in the y, so one row is fine. And in the z, we don't want to go anything upwards as well, so it's also one. If you don't have the spacing, you can give a number, but if you don't have it, you click first reference point in this case, which is the starting point on this, and then you can either give the dimensions 10, or you just do it dynamically and drag it there. So it will ask you, is this okay? You press enter. Yes, it's done. So you immediately have all of those, and obviously you need to join them. So the command is join, and now we have basically the start of our creases for the origami model. We can use this as a base and start editing if this was the case of type of a papillon, but with editors. So I'll copy this and again move it there to the middle, and I'll copy another one, press it down on the back, and you can have as many as you want, also in the rotation and everything. So now we have 3 of them, and I'm going to use and start manipulating this one. So in this one, what I'm going to do is try to let's see, rotate the creases and make them tilted. In this case, what I'm going to do, again, it's all about editing those points. If you select these points here, once you select the points, either if you don't see them again, it's edit point on. Select the curve you want to use the points from, and it's this one. So yeah, I want to use these points. Now I'm going to actually use the gumball. You can again use the move command, but I'm going to use the gumball in order for more efficient and try to tilt them those. So I'm happy with this. Again, because of the origami, you need to, it's all the same number of creases, so they need to be reoriented. So pay attention that this is the same number of creases that you have, otherwise you will have complications in the model. Now if you want to, again, to edit more point, and this goes on a case-by-case element, and you can select it here and start moving it, and according to what do you think it could be closer to your model. And this is obviously, again, if you have a good understanding of what the model is. So I'm going to use this one and go. So I'll go basically up, and then I'll start doing it down again on the fold to create this kind of more dynamic, kind of paper-like type of surface. Okay. And again, it's up to you to see what you want. So it starts to having this kind of ondulation as well. On the top one, what I'm going to do, zoom selected, I'm going to actually use and bend basically the curve. So basically what I want to do is get this curve and start folding the paper, like creating a curvature or something like that. And for that I go to the transform tools. There's all these kind of twists and zigzags and elements here, as you can see, and I'm going to use this one, the bend. So the bend will start of the polyline. Again, it's good to be accurate, otherwise you'll get different results. The end of the spine, basically this is where it's going to create that bending curvature, and then you can bend it in any direction, because I'm here in the perspective, but I actually want to bend it upwards, right? And there you go. So now I have it bended. So let's see if this gives you a small result. Actually, I might want to scale this down, but let's see. Let's scale it and try to do that kind of papillon effect. Start on this one. This is the end point. Let's wait. Let's use the low point as well, this one. And then you can start disable all of these, press shift, and start creating a smaller kind of so this kind of small kind of fold in a way. So now we can loft. Press curves to loft. 1, 2. Again, be aware where your starting point is and the end point is. So always start on the same side in order to avoid those cross elements. And let's see if this popped up properly. It seemed it's well, there's kind of this kind of self-intersecting, as you can see. So that didn't actually work. I mean, the fold is well done, but I think this element here doesn't work. So I'm gonna cancel this one, and maybe use this one, copy, and drag it here, and perhaps making it a little bit more flatter, I guess. That could be one way. Bringing these points down and make it kind of flat in order to be more clear to what we are actually doing. Yeah, so let's loft now and see. Again, everything can be modified afterwards, again, if you still have the curves. Again, I mixed up the starting and ending points, so I'm going to click on this one. Okay, so now it's starting to create that fold, which pleases me, but I want to make this, give that a bit of a I can actually do it on the other one, so I'll do like this, press loft, okay, and in order to make it a bit of a more complex element, I'm going to add this curve, and the copy, and move it on the other side. And actually, we can move it towards this side if you want. and rotate the lofts as well, like rotate. And almost kind of I rotated the paper as well in a way. So yeah, I'm going to move it closer. Yep. And so let's do it. And now, because I already did those, I'm going to kind of create the loft from here to that curve there, which should be the same again. They have the same amount of lines, so it should be fine. Actually, I'm going even to make it even smoother, so I'm going to make these elements going closer to the ground, almost like flat paper in a way, and starting from that, select a curve with the same number of points, press loft, and again it starts happening. Again, do not simplify straight sections because it needs to be straight, otherwise you won't get that kind of a value. Press loft, and there you go. So obviously these are two different surfaces now, but again you can join surfaces once you select them. Select one, select two, join, and again two surface points have it one open surface. So that's now fine, it's only one surface, and you can start seeing how these elements work together. You can still, again, if you have the curve, you can start playing with this and say, oh, actually I want to, these points are going to be vertical, higher, and loft it again. So again, everything is kind of manageable or editable once you have this kind of element loft, all of them. Again, don't forget to choose the right side, and there you go. So yeah, so this is one way of having this kind of fold origami kind of an element, and then kind of a twist into the paper that will allow you to create these kind of forms on the origami model. Okay, thank you very much.